Hi, I'm Ella and this is Bonnie, and we're travelling around the UK in our DIY camper van. This week we're heading to Cromer in Norfolk for some off-grid camping and fossil hunting. Hello from Cromer in Norfolk. This is the first time we've been to this county, I think, in the van. And you can see, I think you can still see just where we've parked up. So we got here yesterday and I had to fight for that park up. So we got here about 4 PM-ish and the front was quite busy, which was fine. I had a backup space in like a car park. So I paid for a couple of hours there and I thought, at the seaside, surely by like 6 PM it's going to be empty, and it got busier. So I looped like 3 or 4 times hoping to find a space and I didn't. So we went and got some dinner and then tried again and we got that space finally. And yeah, I thought it was going to be a better park up, like up against the wall. I thought that's quite good and secure. It's a pain. Oh, hang on, Bonnie. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain because we've got no space to get in or out of the van, so as you probably just saw, we're having to sort of jump onto the promenade bit. Yeah. So we're gonna spend the next few days in sort of this northern Norfolk, I guess. We're along the coast, so Bonnie's gonna have a great time. And tomorrow got plans to go to a slightly different beach and hopefully find some fossils. That's the plan anyway. Whether we find any or not, I don't know. But for now I'm just going to give Bonnie a quick run around so she behaves. Yeah, see you in a bit. So many stairs to get down to the beach. Stop. These were originally built so people from like the hotels and stuff could get down to the beach, obviously. And they actually removed them during World War II to like fortify the area, basically. Not make it too easy for anyone trying to invade. It just makes it a bit of a workout. See, quite a lot of the beach is quite rocky. Lots of stones, little patches of sand, but not tons. I mean, there are bits of the beach where it's more sandy, so we're going to try and find one of those so Bonnie can have a run about. Yeah, all the rocks, you can see why it's like fossil location. There's probably loads I'm walking past now and don't even realise. And the Norfolk coastline is actually quite unique. So it's got one of the largest chalk reefs, I think, in the world, definitely in Europe. So there's a lot going on under there. And the actual coastline itself is made of like chalk again. And it's the same like white chalk that's in the cliffs of Dover. I think it was all laid down around the times of the dinosaurs. This Norfolk trip is proven to be hard work already. Bonnie's just rolled in 2 separate things in the space of like 2 minutes. One, I don't even know what it was barely anything left of it, and the other one was something fluffy. So they get a lot of seals around here, so I don't know if it was something like seal related. Luckily, I put her dry robe on, so most of the smell is hopefully on that, because she is gonna stink out the van otherwise. What do you smell like, Bonnie? Do you now smell like stinky fish? Just don't have a care in the world. Are you joking? Oh my god. I think Bonnie just intentionally ruined my shot. It's actually a really pretty beach. And the rain stopped as well, so winner, winner. So finished giving Bonnie a little run around. So we just turned around and we're walking back towards Cromer pier. So sort of the main part of Cromer. And we're just going to see what there is to do. I did give it a brief Google this morning and went on TripAdvisor for the best things to do in Cromer. And 90% of things are shut. Not ideal. It is winter, I know, but like, come on. Like half the museums are shut that they have. There's like an old railway, like steam train that you can go on from Sheringham down to Holt. Shut. What else? There's loads of bits that are getting refurbed and just not open at the moment. So might not have tons to do today, but we'll have a look. Along the pier, and sorry Cromer, but I don't know how it won Pier of the Year last year. There's nothing here. There's like a theatre at the end, but obviously there's nothing going on at the moment. There's a little cafe which is quite nice. But other than that, I mean, can't say much else about it really. You can go crabbing off the sides, which is fun. I don't think Bonnie would sit still for long enough for us to do that. Yeah, we'll go look around the town instead. This is a quote from Winston Churchill who visited Cromer. I'm not enjoying myself very much. And have to say I'm semi-agreeing with Winston Churchill. I wouldn't say I'm not enjoying myself. It's probably not the favourite coastal stop I've had. But we'll keep having a wander. Who knows, it might surprise me. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it does look like the museum, like the lifeboat museum, is definitely shut. I think the cafe bit's open, but not the museum. They are very proud of their lifeboating here. So the actual museum is named after Henry Blogg, who was one of the most decorated lifeboatmen ever in the Royal... What's it? Well, I don't know what it stands for. RNLI anyway. So yeah, Henry Blogg, he served over 50 years. And he saved almost 900 lives out at sea, so yeah, deserves to be recognised, I think. And we did get to see one of the lifeboats launch, that was quite cool. Now we're just walking along another part of the beach, and apparently there's a Banksy to see. I'm not sure where. Apparently it's quite small, so we'll see if we can find it or not. the beachfront or up top. I've walked pretty much as far along as I think it could be. There are some steps here. I don't want to walk all the way to the top and then have to come down and repeat it. But I think that's what we're going to have to do. Pull me up, Bonnie. I can't find this freaking Banksy painting and I've somehow ended up along this lovely, but something I wasn't wanting to do today, a coastal walk through the woods and along the beach. So it is actually a really nice walk. Just not what I was planning on for today. So we're heading back because I can't find it. I've looked it up on maps and apparently I walked past it when I was walking along the beach huts at the bottom, but I definitely didn't see anything. It was painted back in 2021 and they did say they were concerned about like erosion from the sea, so maybe it's not there anymore. I'll just post a photo up so you know what it was I was looking for. It's only tiny as well. I think it's to do with like, because he always does sort of political graffiti, doesn't he? So I think it's all to do with basically Airbnbs taking over the rental market. That's my interpretation anyway. Yeah, so we are doing the hike back to the van now. We've ended up miles away. Yeah, back to the van we go. Yeah, still just continuing our walk back to the van along the coastal path. And this side of Cromer is actually really lovely. I think that's how you know you're getting older, when you prefer the quiet side of somewhere rather than the hustle and bustle of the pier and the town centre. I reckon we've still got about 20 minutes to the van. This feels like that, what's that SpongeBob meme where it's like 3 hours later. It feels like it's taking forever. But it is a nice walk. Can't complain. I might actually go back down these steps and get a hot drink.
Take a chance and try once more. Don't let your worries weigh you down.
Can I get a hot chocolate? Little. Sit down. Good girl. Wait a minute. That little coffee shop was really nice, but we're now on a race against the weather to get back to the van. You can see it coming in the distance. Well, I'm in a bad mood. So we've obviously got caught in the rain, which isn't the end of the world, but when you're in a van it just means everything's going to be wet. Bonnie decided she wanted to eat dog poo, fabulous, and in the process of getting her away from it I stepped in it, which again isn't normally a big deal. When you're in a van, where's your shoes going to go? Next to your bed. And number 3, in the process of pulling her away, I've got a broken finger that's recovering. I got it caught in the lead, and so that freaking hurt. So this trip just isn't doing it for me, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll catch up with you later when I'm in a slightly better mood. Heading out of Cromer now, going down to the fossil beach. It's about a 2-mile walk there roughly, and the plan is to get there for low tide. We are running a bit later than we should be, which is standard for me, but what is the time? Hang on, Bonnie, wait, good girl. 10 to 10, low tide is at 11, and they tend to say if you get there sort of an hour before low tide and then stay till like an hour after, it gives you the best chances of finding stuff, because obviously it's all been washed in by the sea and then the sea is left. Very technical terms, I know. I spent most of last night like googling what rocks to look out for, because it's quite a pebbly beach, so it's literally going to be like finding, what's the term, a needle in a haystack. So, just a bit of fun though, we'll see if we find anything. So first peek at the beach. What do you think, Bonbon? Think we would find anything? Got our eyes set on some other dogs. Oh, here we go, here's the beach zoomies. We're not down there yet. We've made it to West Runton Beach, and it's known as being one of the best places in the country to find fossils, probably second to the Jurassic Coast. And if you've heard of West Runton before, it's probably because of the mammoth that they found. They think that the West Runton mammoth had been in the cliffs for around 700,000 years, if you believe the world is that old. And they found actually like 85% of its skeleton, which is quite unusual to have that much intact. And so they had quite a large team, and they were excavating it for around 3 months before they got it all out. So yeah, now Bonnie's off and happy. It's quite likely you can find like mammoth teeth fossilised, shells, little bits of bone, and then sort of the usual stuff you see like the ammonite and all that sort of thing. So I'm hoping to find something obvious. Something that will look decent. There's so many stones. Where do you even start? Bonnie is just going round the rock pools eating crabs. So we're still looking. Bonnie's on a lead now because yeah, she found another dead fish to play with. Luckily this time she didn't roll in it, she was just throwing it about. So I popped her on a lead so she doesn't try and eat it, and just having a look. I don't really know what I'm looking for, to be honest. I've come a bit closer to the cliff, that's meant to be a good spot, but not too close as it looks like there have been a few like mudslides, but I don't think recently. Yeah, having a look. Found this one, which apparently means it's got a line through it, which apparently means they haven't got anything in. I think there was some theory in the past that they were like fossilised egg shells, but I don't think that's true. We continue. Yeah, I think we're going to be quite lucky to find anything. I think just in the nature of how fossils are even made, they're quite rare. So it has to be like the right place, right time, right pressure. By the way, I don't really know what I'm talking about. It's something I find interesting. Yeah, it's basically made with pressure essentially. So like an object like dinosaurs are obviously the best fossils to find, but they're basically laid down in sediment, and then more sediment goes on top, and then there's tons of pressure which squishes it down and essentially preserves it. And then you find a lot of sort of the organic material will then sort of decompose, like the hair, skin, all that sort of thing. And then you're left with sort of the bone fossil, which eventually turns to stone itself essentially. A lot of the calcium sort of decomposes out of it. And that's experts like me come along and find them. There has been a fairly recent discovery that could potentially like change sort of the timeline where they think all these sort of fossils were laid down and created, as they found one recently that still had like collagen on it, so it's like a type of protein, and proteins usually break down like really quick, so it suggests that if that's still preserved, then is it more or less likely that it was sort of forming for millions of years or potentially only thousands of years. So quite interesting stuff. Nice possession. Bonnie, leave it. Oi! She's so naughty. Bonnie, here, leave it. Come here. Come on. Let's go. Let's try the baby talk, see if it works. Come on. She is stubborn. Let's go, please. Bonnie, come. What a treat, and it's not working. Bonnie, let's go. Let's go. Oh, good girl. Good job. Right. Now you proved you can't be trusted again. We've walked so far from this friggin' fish, and she still went back for it, so you in the bad books. Yeah, moving away from sort of the cliff edge now, over to like the rock pools. This is why we came at low tide, because it exposes all of this for us to look at. When I see people online doing it, the rocks usually look like this. But then they also usually have like a chisel and a hammer, which I don't have. So basically, I'm just hoping that I come across one. This is a beautiful beach. What do you mean? Some of the exposed like chalk part of the cliff. All the lines and the different sediment layers. And you can see where stuff eventually like roads away. And this part is all literally just clay. the final part now. We're still just walking along the last bit of the cliffs. I was thinking it'd be typical, wouldn't it? I've done like a 5-mile round walk to look for something and then I find it 2-minute walk from the van. It has mostly been a nice walk, apart from Bonnie's mad moments, but she seems to be back to her little angelic self now. So, plan of action for the afternoon. I don't know what time it is. So it's like 1 o'clock. So we're going to go to a pet shop and see if we can get some dog shampoo and try and give Bonnie a bit of a wash. And then might come back down and sit on the beach in the sun so she dries out. And then lunch. I'm getting hungry. Okay, so we have the shampoo. For some reason I got her a treat as well. Even though she doesn't deserve it. This is why it's such a nightmare. So we're gonna go out for our final little wee break for the night, but that's probably where we're gonna leave this video. So if you've got this far, thanks for watching. The next video will still be in Norfolk, but we're moving away from the coast, so it'll be something slightly different. Yeah, thanks for watching, bye.